video, we show you how to install a Surefire HVAC wireless bridge. Whether it's a new install, you don't have enough wires, or you have compromised wires, Patrick explains the issue they were having at this location.
All right, so what the deal was is I got the service call here and we found out that the wire from the furnace to the outdoor condensing unit, or the AC unit, was bad. And there was no access to get the wire from point A to point B because of new additions on the house and such reasons.
At this student apartment complex, the wire was compromised during a remodel on one of the lower floors. And on this install, there were 4 thermostat units controlling 32 rooftop equipment interfaces in this brand new install. And in this instance, where a remodel does not have the existing wires where they are needed. Here we have the Johnson Controls thermostat along with the Surefire HVAC thermostat interface, and I'll be showing you how to wire those up. Our first step is going to be to pull off our cover and expose the wiring. Now from our Surefire device, I have the wires I need here in the front, the white and the yellow and the green. Just a simple single stage heating, air conditioning, and the red and black for power. What I've done on this HVAC thermostat interface is I've just kind of taken the other wires that I'm not needing. I've just kind of tapped it or pulled them through and twisted them together, just kind of curled them up out of the way. And then I have power wires coming from the equipment unit or from a 12 or 24 volt power supply. This thermostat interface can be tapped into the wall or mounted to the wall behind the thermostat, whatever is most aesthetically pleasing. Let's go ahead and get this mounted. Okay, I'm going to just mount it behind the thermostat. Go ahead and get these lined up and get these installed. And as you can see it, they're mounted behind. It looks nice. Next, I put the wires into the right terminals on the thermostat. Call for heat in W1, call for cool in Y1, fan into green, our power in R, and our ground in C. And then we'll just reinstall the front interface. On our equipment interface, we're gonna have to get power, and that can usually come from your equipment in R and C. And on this particular instance, we have our white going into white, our call for heat going into yellow, and then our fan going into green. If you are going to a condenser or a heat pump, there's usually a wire that piggybacks off of these. Would go to trigger the condenser. In the case where these wires get compromised, you can use a second Surefire device and use these other terminals to trigger the condenser wirelessly. You just wire it up on that other equipment. On this controller, we see that we are calling for heat, and we come over here to the equipment interface, and we see down here at the bottom calling for heat. Now let's go back and let's tell it to call for cool. So I'm going to click mode, click on cool, and I'm going to turn that down. Okay, now should be calling for cool now. Go to the other side of this box. We come down here and we see that it's calling for cool.
I added this side of your Surefire kit in here, but because this unit needs to be powered some way, we had to install a transformer here to give it 24 volt power to send the signals. Okay. So that would be something you have to think about if this needs to be an application that you have. We was able to do it, and even through the concrete basement and everything, we had full signal. There was no dilution of signal at all. It's worked really well. It's been in here for 8 or 9 months, about half of the air conditioning season, and then just started into this now, and it seems to be doing really well. We've had zero problems with it, and she hasn't called us about it at all.
We put the interface in on the contactor. We have to get the common side in here, and then the other side of the contactor on the Y terminal in here. Then had to put a step-down transformer to power up this interface. So far everything's looking good now.
Win the bid with SureFi. For technical and install support, call us at 844-787-3340.